Welcome back. This is lesson 11.4 Journal Surface Area of Pyramids. I will be able to correctly calculate the surface area of pyramids. Vocabulary for this lesson: a solid figure is a three-dimensional figure, takes up space. The base of a solid figure is the basic shape. Surface is all the outside surfaces. Face is one side of the surface. Lateral face are all the faces that aren't the base. Pyramid has exactly one base, and the rest have triangular sides that meet together at one vertex. And then surface area is the area of all surfaces put together. So we've already talked about prisms. There's a little typo right here. This should say find the surface area of each pyramid. Draw out and name each face, find the area of each, and then find the total surface area. So looking at this, I'm going to identify the bottom first. The bottom is a rectangle. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. Now, what measurements come off of that rectangle to help me find the area? Looks like it's 12 feet on the side and also 12 feet on the height. So it looks like it's actually a square. It's not obvious from the picture, but from our measurements we can know that. Okay, the top, because it's a pyramid, it comes to a vertex, so there is no top on this thing. Okay, the left side. Since these are all 12 feet, that tells me that my height is going to be the same for every single one of these triangles. So the left side is going to be a triangle, the right side will be a triangle, the front and the back, because they're all have 12 for that base, that means they must all be the same triangle. Now the height of each one of those triangles, we can see, is 15. So the height here is 15 feet. And height here is 15 feet. Okay, we have all the sides, the base. Now we can find their areas. So the bottom is a square, so I can do 12 times 12. So that would be 144 feet squared. These are all triangles, so base times height, then half of that. So 12 times 15 divided by 2. 12 times 15, I don't know what that is off the top of my head, so do the math over here. 2 times 5 is 10, regroup 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 more is 3, 0 placeholder. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. Add it up. 0, 8, 1. So this right here is 180, but we still have to divide it by 2 because we have to take half of that. So half of 180 is 90, so this would be 90 feet squared. That means all of these will be 90 feet squared each. Alright, so the lateral surface area means the area of all the lateral surfaces, or the triangles. So we have 90, and since they're all the same, I'm just going to times them by 4. So the lateral surface area, just all the surfaces that are not the base. So 4 times 90 is 360. So 360 feet squared for all the lateral faces. So I'm going to do that plus the base, which is 144, and that's going to give me, I guess I should have stacked it to make it easier. 4 plus 0 is 4, 6 plus 4 is 10, regroup 1, 5. So that would be 504 feet squared for the entire surface area of that pyramid. Alright, let's try this one. The bottom of this one looks like an equilateral triangle. See these lines here? that tells me that all three of those are congruent to each other. So if all three of those are congruent, that means the bottom is a triangle. Six foot is the base, or centimeters is the base. Oh, that didn't tell us the height here though. So something that will be useful to know is that height right there is going to be 5. No, it's not 5. Just a minute. I gotta do some math on that one for a minute. 6, half would be 3. It's about, about 5.3. So 5.3 centimeters tall. Okay. So the height of that one is going to be 5.3 centimeters. I should have given that to you when I printed out, but I didn't. So about 5.3 centimeters. On the top, there is no top on a pyramid. But we have the left side, which if all of these are the same measurement, that means that these are all going to be 10 centimeters high. So we really just have a left side that has a measurement of 6 centimeters and 10 centimeters. The right side would also be 6 centimeters by 10 centimeters. The front is 6 by 10, and there is no back. So there's only 4 sides on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that we've know the measurement of every side, we can find the area of this. So this one would be 6 times 5.3, then half of that. So 5.3 times 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Regroup 1. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 more would be 31. So 31.8. 31.8 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time, minus 2 gives me 1. Into 11, 2 goes into 11 5 times, minus 10 gives me 1. Bring down the 8. 2 goes into 18 9 times. So in other words, this one has an area of 15.9 centimeters squared. Okay, the left side, 6 times 10 divided by 2, because it's a triangle. 6 times 10 is easy, that's 60. Divide that by 2, that would mean that this is 30 centimeters squared. That means the same for this one and this one. So now that I know that all the lateral faces, that would be 30 for each one, and they're all the same, so I'm just going to times this by 3. So that's going to give me 90 centimeters squared for each of the lateral surfaces. So the total surface area would be all those lateral faces plus the base, which was 15.9. And that would give me 105.9 centimeters squared. Okay, rate yourself on this concept, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Take a picture and turn it in on Google Classroom.